Hello, boys and girls. I'm Ms.McLaurin, a teacher at Mitchell Elementary School, and I hope you're practicing being safe. Today, I would like to share with you a story titled Mrs.McTats and Her House Full of Cats, written by Alyssa, Satin, Capucilli, and illustrated by Joan, Rankin. In a small, cozy cottage lived Mrs.McTats. She lived all alone except for one cat. Every morning she left as the clock struck 8. To market, I mustn't be late. She browsed through the market and chose a plump fish. For Abner and me, what a scrumptious dish. But when she got home, there came a scratch on the door, and in walked 2 cats. Was there room for more? Come in, my sweet dears, said Mrs.McTats. I'm sure I've got room for just 2 more cats. I'll call you Basil, and Curly you'll be. I only had 1 cat, but now I have 3. The very next morning, Mrs. McTats woke early. She stopped to pet Abner and Basil and Curly. To market, I mustn't be late. This chicken, I think, will surely taste great. But when she got home, there came a scratch on the door, and in walked 3 cats. Was there room for 3 more? Come in, my sweet dears, said Mrs. McTats. I think I've got room for just 3 more cats. Now give me a moment. What shall your names be? You're Dolly. You're Ernest. And Fuzzy makes 3. The very next morning, off went Mrs. McTats. What can I buy for my 6 hungry cats? I've got it, she said. I'll make a nice stew. So she carried home beef and liver to brew. But back at home, there came a scratch on the door, and in walked 4 cats. Was there room for 4 more? Come in, my sweet dears, said Mrs. McTats. I know there's a place for just 4 more cats. 10's a fine number. 10 cats and me. I'll call you Goldie, and Herman you will be. Izzy and Jezebel pranced across the floor, and then right behind them followed 5 more. Coco and Linus, Millie, Noreen, and you shall be Oscar. There, that makes 15. The very next day, off went Miss McTats. What could I possibly feed 15 cats? She chose a fresh tuna. She chose a fine trout. But when she got home, her cats were all out. She counted her cats from 1 to 15, but somehow 6 more cats had just joined the scene. Come, my sweetest dears, said Mrs. McTats. I'm sure I have plenty for 21 cats. Pip, Quip, and Rosebud, Sally, and Tosie. Ursula, dear, do make yourself cozy. But then came another scratch on the door. Could it be more cats? How many more? In came Violet. In came Winnie. And just behind a kitten named Zinni. In came Yodel, the last of the bunch. 25 cats ready for lunch. But something was missing. What could it be? Just what it was, Ms.McTats could not see. As she stood there puzzling, there was a scratch on the door, and Mrs. McTats wondered, could there really be more? More than 25? Who was the one? Who was the next to arrive? Come in, my sweet dear, said Mrs. McTats. I live in this cottage with 25 cats. But if you don't mind, you're welcome to stay. You're welcome to eat and you're welcome to play. Now, in that small cottage lives Mrs. McTats, all happy and cozy with her 25 cats. And one little puppy who's known as Zoom in a small, cozy cottage with plenty of room. And just when the clock strikes each morning at 8, Mrs. McTats hurries off. I mustn't be late. To market, what treats will there be for 26 sweet dears from A to Z? The end. Right, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed the book reading. I want you to brainstorm and come up with a story on your own. What would you do if you had 25 cats living in a home with you and one puppy? Would you name them from A to Z? Think about it. Write a story on your own. And you can send it to me via email. On behalf of the Mitchell staff, we really, really miss you, and we hope you're being safe. Until next time, see you later.